Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now from the Eugene J. Falls and Lorraine Falls studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Sports on the Bayou. Mike to tell you, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Abear, Rich Marty. We'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you. You got a special guest.
Oh, yeah, we got a nice crowd. We got some celebs in the crowd. So April Sins with Rouse's. What we'd call you, like the
right, April.
Retail dietitian?
Yes, retail dietitian, director of health and wellness.
That's some big titles.
Oh,
you
well,
think,
thanks.
dietitian, you think you could help me out?
Oh.
It's too late.
Hey, don't be
Too late.
That bus left down.
That train left.
You know, always like a dietitian. They tell you every now and then, like, you can eat like Popeye's fried chicken or something.
You're right.
You know, you're right. You have one day, you don't have to be so disciplined, and I'm just eating fruits and berries, and I got to eat greens.
But since Bobby lost 40 pounds, he's heckling me now.
Yeah.
Right?
No, looking good. Because Martin, I'm more disciplined than you.
Yeah, but
no, you got to be disciplined.
That depends on what arena you're talking about.
No, if I put my mind to it, I can do anything.
Okay. We got to
remember that.
This crowd going. We got two losses. We got to get them going a little.
Yes.
Come on, y'all. Get
We got to right, get y'all going.
All right, I'm going to let you read the guests here today.
Okay, all right.
Put those cheaters on.
All right, so first of all, we have Alford and Associates
One of
in
our
the
naming
house.
sponsors. They here every year. We appreciate them.
We have St. Martin and Bork in the house.
Another naming sponsor. Joe got his crew. Mr. Mike's a perennial over here every year.
Mike.
We have Rouse's.
All right, look, we have Gavin Dugas and the elite team is here, and Harry's going to interview Gavin in a little while. So remember that LSU, the great run they had? There's Gavin right there.
Yeah, from the Bayou.
He just looks a lot better. Bayou. That's why Kyle sits right next to him. He makes Gavin look really good. All right.
All right, so we have TGCSI.
Yeah, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute.
Thank
Staying with his motley crew over there.
Right.
There we go. I'm going to start spelling that out on this chart sheet right here. All right, here we go.
We have Gin Gators.
There they are. They're still working hard, doing a great job. Travis and Ian and his crew doing a great job getting everybody back up and powered.
Crosby Tugs.
Look at these old athletes at that table over there. Boy, they're looking good. There's some heavyweights over there. All right.
Barker Honda.
And Lester with all his star power. Lester, you gonna be able to get us a modern Nichols helmet?
Yeah, but that's old school. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's old school.
I like that too. We need a bubble helmet. Don't worry about the
Jody said that helmet was
like that.
back when
I'll
what?
take that one.
He said Francis T. Nichols wore that helmet
Francis T. Nichols.
back in the day. All right, who we got there?
Bubble helmets yet? No.
All right, we have South Louisiana
Hey,
Bank.
Dawn finally made a show. I see it. They in the house.
Quality Rental Tools.
Look at
is in the house.
Steve with his chroma key shirt on over there. All right, there we go.
We have TPCG.
Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government in the house.
In the house.
That's the crew that keeps Robbie going over there. Robbie Lee. All right.
All right. We have Terrebonne Parish
School
District.
Look at Bubba, the superintendent with his crew back there.
There's the
Former
greatest
South
quarterback in
Lafourche,
South
great
Lafourche.
quarterback over there. A little bit better than Bobby.
Yeah. No, Bubba's.
All right. We have
Right in. See.
we have CIS.
CIS in the house. And there's Harry McCullough on the HTV side getting ready for his interview. I like to see Harry doing his homework. That's good stuff. And then
All right.
GIS.
gets to earn his money.
CIS is in the house.
Look at GIS. Raise your hands over there. Terry's going to be on that plan with me. All right. And then
Okay. Pierre Part is here.
Pierre Port. There's more guys filling in for Pierre Port.
Explore Houma is in the house.
Okay, and they got the district attorney's office with them over there, and then you got Cohen with Tita at that same table. Look at the South. Where you played football at? Oh, Raging Cane.
Whoa.
Can I just get you to just
that's a big son of a gun. I'm just looking from here.
Because look, if anybody, just stand up 1 second.
And I'm looking at him.
Look, I'm not going to ask you 3 times because you might.
No, if I'm in a dark alley, I want him on my side.
Man, he's about 6'6", if I'm not.
No, I'm looking. I could just observe.
Cohen's got good bodyguards, man. That's pretty good
Look
stuff.
at that. I'm not,
All right.
All right. We
he'd
have
be a number 1 draft pick. I mean,
Headache
Headache and Pain.
Headache
is here.
and Pain in the house. There we go. And we have
Okay, you're going to have to help me, Martin.
Schloss.
Schloss.
South Central Louisiana Human Services Authority is in the house over there. All right.
Okay, we have the retired coaches.
There's Coach Albert. He's a perennial. That's a Hall of Famer back there, National Hall of Famer. And his sidekick, Coach Spinella, is rehabbing because he had a little spill. So we're going to get him back soon. And then finally,
And we have the Foss family.
that's right. I got my Aunt Miriam back there. She's been dying to win this raffle forever. That's why she keeps coming. And we got Don, my cousin-in-law, and Francis, my cousin. So you did a good job, April.
Oh, thank you so much.
As always. I brought you up on the set so you could add a little beauty to these guys right here, all right?
oh yeah,
Some of that, yeah.
All right, so look.
Well, that wouldn't have taken much.
April's been calling me for years saying, look, can I bring us to the break? Because I'm dying to
Do it,
break.
April.
Yeah,
I want to bring this show to the break. Haven't you been doing that?
for years.
Yeah, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. So, April, here we go. Bring us to the break. Here we go. When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
The farther I went, the more people I seen, all my heroes, Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. Those teams back then was like, whoa, you know? In fact, we played against each other through our whole career. And we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was at South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, it's very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
So back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys, another loss by the Saints, 26-8. Boy, if you had 6 and 8 on a card, you say, ain't no way I'm going to win any money. But, you know, it is the Saints, and you get that 8 on there. But again, such a bad performance. Hank Stram told me this years ago, and he'd always call me Bayou. He said, Bayou, the nuclear bomb for any coach is to be bad and boring on their team. And that's what you got here. They're bad and they boring.
Hank was never boring. Hank gave me my job, but for those who don't know.
You never want to be, like the Saints fan base, the Who Dat Nation, that you're going to run errands during a game. Or that all of a sudden, I don't know, the grass isn't really growing. The weather's been nice in October. It's not raining. And you're just so frustrated, you're going to cut the grass, and the grass don't need to be cut. Because I got to get my mind off of things. No, that's where we're at with the Saints that are so frustrated. I mean, this is going back to basically a quarter of a century. Hello, Mike Ditka, 1999 era, when you lose 6 games. Now, I give the team a pass or an excuse because dealing with Katrina. You know, Jim Haslett comes on board. Mickey Loomis brought him on board. So it was Jim Haslett, Sean Payton, and now Dennis Allen. But when you look at what occurred in 2005 before, Katrina, and I should say that season, is that the Saints are traveling all-stars. We're playing in San Antonio. We're playing at LSU. They won 3 games, and they lost 6 in a row. Now, we played only 16 games. They were 3-13. I think that's where we're at right now. If they're not the worst, I always said, well, I'm going to give Dennis Allen the benefit of the doubt. They're at least the middle of the pack. They ain't in no middle of the pack. Now we're in the mid-20s. I don't know. There's only 32 teams. So how can you not make it?
Well, we'll find out about Carolina.
We're not rock bottom, but if we lose to Carolina, hell yeah, it's rock bottom.
Right off the bat, the Saints get a little gift here. Man, a bad snap on a.
I thought I was watching the World Series. What, it's 2-0?
And Taysom Hill forces the fumble there. Spencer Rattler back to pass, throws it downfield, gets a completion, and it gets knocked out. But it was ruled a completed pass. Man, I don't know what's a catch and what's not anymore, to be honest with you. But again, the drive stalls because of penalties, and now you got a baseball game that broke out 3-2. Rattler again back to pass, throws it out in the flat. Alvin Kamara following his blocks, get downfield.
That's an old school. That looked like a Drew Brees play.
And it worked.
Yeah.
But again, you had all kind of miscues and penalties, and you got pushed back, and so.
The Chargers go 90 yards. Oh, come on this drive.
J.K. Dobbins rolls in for the score. And what I found so surprising, why you came out throwing the ball if you the Chargers? Saints couldn't stop the run.
They were trying to reverse psychology. They're trying to trick.
They didn't want to win it. I don't think the Chargers wanted to win it.
Yeah. So now Groupie hits the field goal, 9-5, and then Justin Herbert throws up this contested catch.
To just throw
Matt
it up.
McConkey
Hey,
comes
listen,
up.
our receivers don't make the contested catches, and our DBs don't stop those plays.
All of 5'8.5" and 180 pounds.
He looks like he's about in ninth grade.
Gets me. How do you get blocked? The defensive back gets blocked downfield, one-on-one, and they should never get touched.
Never.
Should make that tackle before.
So now it's 16-8, but again the Chargers rolled it downfield, settled for a field goal, and it makes it 19-8. But the Saints really weren't in this ball game after the first quarter, and then back to pass throws. You get a completion here, get it downfield.
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave is a very good receiver, but he's
not a number one, but it ended up being a field goal that you miss. And then Justin Herbert just kind of throws this one up, comes down with the catch. And that was game, set, and match, guys, 26-8. Again, Bob, what you brought up, you hit rock bottom if you lose this weekend to the Carolina Panthers. You got an owner there that is putting pressure all across the board. They are a bad football team. You don't know if Bryce Young's going to start or Andy Dalton.
I hope Bryce Young starts. Andy Dalton could beat us.
He gives you the best chance to win. Andy does.
You know who he's like? He's like Flacco. Maybe a poor man's version of Joe Flacco. Look what Flacco did with the Browns, and now he's with the Colts. You look at those seasoned veterans. That's what I'm worried about. I'd rather play a little Bryce. He's like Jake Hayner Jr. Or whatever.
They're about the same size.
But Jake Hayner is 6'1" in the program. Ain't
no way.
He ain't even as big as Drew Brees. And Drew Brees is 6 feet with his cleats on. But he ain't no Drew Brees. Come on.
Well, you know what? The only bright spot I thought was Werner. I mean, that kid can play.
No, Pete him in the lineup made a difference.
No, he led the team in tackles. He's a tackling machine. But you look at the Saints right now, they're just a bad football team. Bottom line, they're 2-6, one of 8 teams in NFL with that many losses. We're like with the Raiders, Browns, Jets, Jaguars, and the lowly Panthers. And right now, we had the cups of having the worst record in the NFC.
We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State and also a feature of the week.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
in Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. H, throw it to you. Got some special guests.
Yeah, we're busy. Basketball's starting right away, and
obviously the Pels are already started, but Nicholls State will start on Monday against New Mexico here. Assistant Coach Javon Coleman is with us, and we appreciate you stopping by. I know it's a busy time for you guys.
Absolutely.
Now, a little bit on your background. First of all, you're Biloxi native.
Yes, sir.
You went to Mississippi State.
Absolutely, Mississippi State alum.
And then you got into coaching. Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is your first year here with
This will be my first year here with the Colonels. Yes, sir. Last year, I was at Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Oh, and they love basketball.
Yeah.
Creighton.
They love basketball.
The Blue Jays. The Creighton
change of scenery.
The Creighton Blue Jays. I know basketball is important.
Yeah, they love the Jays in Omaha.
Yeah, they got some rich guys up there, right?
They do.
What's your boy? That's the big investor that's from Omaha. He's a big Creighton guy.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Yeah, Warren Buffett.
Come on, Harry.
Harry?
I knew it. I was just testing him.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
You're going to have to find one of those in Thibodeau to help you guys out. So let's talk about your club. What about this team? What are y'all expecting as you start off against New Mexico?
Well, we're expecting a championship at the end of the year. That's our goal from day one. Bring back 6 players from a team that made it to the conference tournament last year. We brought in 7 transfers, multiple transfers of double-digit scores in their last season. So the expectation this year is a championship.
And this is Tavon Sadler.
Second year.
Absolutely. So that's kind of the name of the game, right? Is to kind of reload almost every year at this level?
Right, especially with the way that the transfer portal is right now. You kind of have to re-recruit your own team. And then kind of got to refill some holes that you lose at the end of every year.
Yeah. And, looking at New Mexico Lobos, they probably got a few transfer guys also.
Right.
I would think they've always been a team.
Pretty good team.
Yeah, and when you look at basketball. Yeah.
Right. We're not afraid of them, though.
A good measuring but a good measuring stick.
For sure. Absolutely.
I'm liking your answer.
It'll be a really good test for us opening up our season against a team that's just coming off a national tournament run. They've got a really good coach. They've got a really good program. Like you just said, they've been successful for a while there.
In the Mount Everest, though, for you guys, man, you got to knock Will Wade off. Got to knock him off the top of the mountain.
We'll get to them whenever it's time for us to get to them.
That's McNeese. And you guys had a great run last year, expecting to see.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Best of luck for the year.
Thank you so much.
Great meeting you, man.
For sure.
So speaking of McNeese, we're going to go to highlights of McNeese and Nicholls football. And that was homecoming for the Colonels. Thanks a lot, Javon. And taking here you go, sack right off the bat. Another 3-2 score.
Another baseball score.
Yeah. So it was 2-0. That's Jake D'Amato, who actually had 4 sacks on the day and was actually the Southland Conference Player of the Week this week. Nicholls got it rolling here as they go for a long 69-yard Josh Barbie touchdown. And so they had the lead early on. It was 10-2 at that one point. But then Miguel Brock comes back for the Colonels, and he also will spring it, and he'll take off for a 66-yard run. And
Coach Rebo, you got to give him the ball more.
Yeah, we told him that last night.
He had 101 yards on 9 carries. Yeah. So the Colonels suddenly are back in the game. They went for 2, didn't get it at that time, but then they made a couple of field goals, and they'll take the lead. It was 17-10 at one point. A little later, McNeese will score a field goal as well. It was 17-13. So then we're going to go down to the late end of the game. Pat McQuaid's going to run it in for the touchdown. McQuaid's still a big lefty. Not powerful stats, but he's always good. He always seems to make the right play at the right time. He goes in for the touchdown. The Colonels had the lead there. And then Bryce Strong will score one later. But too little, too late. 24-19 as the Colonels move to 2-1 in league play, 4-4 overall. McNeese 4-5 overall, 1-3 in the Southland Conference.
4 straight wins for Nicholls over McNeese. That was a team at one time, Harry, they couldn't beat. You couldn't beat them.
Right.
Now I got them 4 straight.
Well, wouldn't you say,
Lafayette couldn't beat them.
Mike and Harry, wouldn't you say that from Nicholls' perspective, Southland Conference, well, if you can win the Riverbell Classic against Southeastern and you beat McNeese, the coach won't get fired. He'll never get fired. If you can
that guy's had a great career.
And Southeastern, you're not going anywhere. But I was
going to go down as probably the best coach, I think, in Nicholls' history. No, a Cajun name is Gavin Dugas. So
no, that's Cajun. Dugas. That's a good French name.
Of course, LSU fame, y'all won the championship in 23, right? And now you're playing ball. You were at the Washington, the the Nationals.
Yes, sir.
I almost said the Generals, but that would be a basketball team. Hey, tell me about your experience. So you got 2 years in now, right?
Correct.
Pretty good year, around 250 last year, a couple of dings. Here's some video. Tell me about your experience so far in the minor leagues.
It's been fun. It's a long season. Last year was my first full year, so just a new experience. New part of life that I'm trying to get into, and the professional life of the game of baseball. So it's been interesting to learn the new ways and meet new people. You get an opportunity to play with 132 new guys in a system. So it's awesome just to make a bunch of new friends. But it's been cool, and then in the off season I get to work at Elite, so it was pretty fun doing that.
Yeah,
too.
I see you're on billboards in Lafayette.
Oh yeah, we bought a couple of them around here.
So yeah, you're doing good with that. So tell me what you're doing now.
No, just training in the off season, working over at Elite, kind of staying busy. Just doing all that and just making our rounds and enjoying the off season.
So what do you expect this year when you go in? Are you still playing infield? I got you playing second?
Everywhere,
outfield?
yeah. I'm just like a super utility, just wherever they need me type thing. And I got every glove for every position, so just kind of wherever they want me.
So I know a middle infielder, you got to be able to field a little bit. Playing on the corners, you got to hit with a little more power. Mm-hmm. Are you working on one of those things?
No, just being versatile, like just wherever they want me. Just being the guy that can show up and play a different position every day is kind of my role, and I embrace it with full arms.
Right. Okay.
So Gavin, what is your expectations for LSU? Local fans, you played at LSU, now you go on your pro career. But what's your expectations for LSU? Come on, it's like Omaha bus. That's one thing.
They got like a $2 million salary, though, for the baseball team this year.
Yeah.
So they should be decent.
It'll be interesting. No, I went to a scrimmage last week, so it was cool to see the new guys. A lot of different faces, so it's kind of hard to say. I really don't know anybody anymore. Like Coach was saying with the transfer portal, you kind of have to re-recruit your own team, and LSU baseball is doing the same thing. So it'll be interesting what they got and how they got them and what they kind of end up doing with everybody.
Biggest difference, LSU into the minors for you? Biggest change?
Honestly, there's no difference.
No difference?
Obviously, it's a longer season.
But the crowd's got to be different.
A lot smaller than
Yeah. You played in front of some big crowds,
no
brother.
Doubt. I was pretty fortunate to play there and be in front of the fans that we were, because it's the best in the country, obviously. But it's a lot different when it comes to playing every day, 6 out of 7 days a week. But LSU prepared me for everything that I'm facing.
A lot of bus rides.
And crews are all in the big leagues. That's got to give you a little motivation.
Absolutely. No, it's a little competitive edge that they kind of have over me right now, but it keeps me going, So we all work together in the off season, so it's kind of something that we can kind of hold against each other to keep pushing,
I hear you. Well, Gavin, thank you, man, for joining us. We appreciate it. Guys,
we'll be back with more Sports on the Bayou.
If I cut you.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
Gen Gators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the Gen Gators, where we sink our teeth into service.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou, guys. For a half, it looked as though LSU could close this game out. And then all of a sudden, they pulled Connor Wegman at quarterback, and good gracious, Marcel Reed, they're still trying to tackle him. 38-23, and every time they got the ball, they scored with Reed at quarterback.
Well, four consecutive drives, they end up getting a touchdown and a field goal. Yeah, you got to make adjustments. Coach Kelly and all didn't do it, but LSU got to be able to run the ball. You cannot have 37 yards rushing through 3 quarters. Then they finished with 24 yards on 23 carries. They average 1 yard a carry. I'm thinking Nussmeier, that's not good. He's the capable quarterback, but you don't want him throwing the ball 50 times and 400 yards. I'll tell you, because then you start taking chances. And, I mean, Nussmeier's like a Brett Favre.
He became the gunslinger we saw in the past.
Well, and 3 interceptions later, that's what happened.
No choice.
And he took the crowd out of the game. You're playing at A&M. You look at the first half. No, I thought LSU's going to win this game, and not so fast. But listen, don't give up hope. Now LSU just has to win 4 in a row.
Garrett back to pass, throws this out to the flat, to the speedster. Caden Durham takes it up the field. I thought he might break this, but he gets pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. But they had to settle for a field goal with Ramos, and that became a tricky issue.
I was trying to kick between the snap and the hold and the kick. We're terrible.
But this was a great connection.
We're like a bad high school team on special teams.
It's too late in the season to have that.
It shouldn't happen. Mason Taylor comes up with the score, 10-0. But then young man from Estruma High School in Baton Rouge, Le'Veon Moss, goes in for the score.
I guarantee you they paid him a lot of money to go there.
Yeah, because he was going to Alabama at one time. Nuss back to pass, throws it downfield, and Aaron Anderson comes up with the big catch and the score, and you said, man.
Mike, he makes an impact every game.
Every game he makes a big play.
Now, I wish Hilton would. Hilton misjudged the ball.
But then they pull the quarterback, and it was
that looked like RG3 from Baylor.
Marcel Reed.
That looked like remind me of RG3.
Couldn't touch it.
And they didn't know who had the ball, but then here comes a bit of a cluster across the board. The ball actually hits the holder's head.
Well, he's not looking. He's trying to tell the kicker, "You ready to kick?" And the deep snapper just snaps it. What are you doing, dude?
And,
that's unacceptable.
You can't mess that up 3 times, and that's what happened. Watch this.
Look.
Poop, hit him right on the shoulder pads, and he didn't even make a play for the ball, which was the best thing. Watch, it just.
Because see, okay, I'm going to look at the kicker.
Okay,
then look back
somebody messed up. It ain't me.
No, it's the snapper messed up.
Yeah. So again, A&M driving, Marcel Reed, season opening, no one around him.
I think Alabama's going to run that play.
Oh, with Jalen Milroe? I would think so.
I think they'll do that a lot of times. But what's puzzling, Arkansas had a running quarterback. We were prepared, but we didn't adjust. The A&M's running quarterback.
And then Marcel Reed pulls the ball out at the last moment.
That was a great read.
That was a really good play on his part. And then LSU.
The only one that can truly do the tush push is the Eagles.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is good with that, especially when he had Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Jason was really good doing that. So LSU kind of gets back in it a little bit, but man, again, A&M, here's the worst part. They get the ball right back, and here we go, touchdown, and again, Mr. Moss in for the score. So that was about it after that.
You think he'll start this week?
Yeah, I think Marcel will. I think he will. Okay, this one didn't end up with a touchdown, but it ended up at a field goal, 38-23. Guys, again, you got now 2 weeks before you play Alabama. Alabama hasn't been playing well. Last week they had a decent game, but this isn't the Alabama of old. And the fear of Saban there is not there. But Jalen Milroe, if you were playing two-hand touch last year, he'd have scored every touchdown he scored. No one touched him on every touchdown that he made. No one touched him.
They're in the same boat as LSU. 2 lost teams get in, but they got to win.
It's elimination.
They got to win out.
It's like a playoff game before the playoffs. And listen, I think Nussmeier, he'll have success passing against Alabama secondary.
It's not very good.
They're not very good. He's going to have success. But I don't know if you're in a track meet type game, can you win? Whoever gets the ball last. And LSU's defense was outstanding in the first half. And Coach Baker will be a lot better than we were last year, obviously. But I think they're going to be ready. And I would take the approach, look, if we lose defensively, don't let Milroe beat us. I mean,
that's going to be the challenge because, man, he can make some plays when there is no plays. because of his ability. But this week was a perfect example, and he said in the locker room, I take blame, worst game I ever played in my life. Whit Weeks, after 3 weeks of a dominant performance by Weeks, he was invisible. Basically invisible.
Well, and then off the edge, the defensive ends weren't disciplined enough, going down on the run. Everybody has to do their assignment. What's your job? Don't try to do somebody else's job. You got to make the tackle. What's your assignment? Okay, if I'm committed to the quarterback, somebody else got to tackle the running back. I cannot lose containment. What happened in the past is the past. You got to beat Alabama, Florida. Now Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt ain't the Vanderbilt of old. Then Oklahoma's not good. So LSU, just beat Alabama. Then I think they still can take care of business.
And run the ball better.
Yes.
We'll be back with more sports.
I don't think that's happening.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. We're going to take a look at Week 8, and we sort of put a Halloween spin on it.
Still can. Leave now before Master finds you.
In Houma, H.L. Bourgeois scored first against Terrebonne High, but the Tigers came back to mortify the Braves. Terrebonne scored the next 20 points in this contest, putting away the Braves as the Tigers remain in second place in District 8, 5A. Final score, Terrebonne 20, H.L. Bourgeois 7. In Napoleonville, Vanderbilt Catholic had no trouble with Assumption High School as they put on a demonic display of scoring. Vanderbilt Catholic wins easily. Final score, 41-6. In other Bayou region scores, CCA spooked Jeanneret. Destrehan bloodied Central Lafourche. Thibodeau was menacing against McMain. E.D. White got freaky with South Terrebonne. South Lafourche terrorized Morgan City. Ledger scared Ellender. Franklin was ghoulish with Houma Christian. Riverside won a thriller against Central Catholic. And Hornville with a creepy win over East St. John. With 2 regular season games remaining to play in District looks like Hornville, Terrebonne, Destrehan, and H.L. Bourgeois are safely in. Thibodeau and Central Lafourche on the bubble. In District 8 4A, Lutcher, Vanderbilt, and E.B. White safely in. South Terrebonne, South Lafourche, and Assumption on the bubble. In District 7 2A, Catholic of New Iberia, West St. Mary, Franklin, safely in. Talcum on the bubble. And in District 7 1A, Covenant Christian, Jeanneret, Central Catholic, and Centerville all safely in. And from all of us at Terrebonne General and Sports on the Bayou, we hope you have a spooky Halloween.
That's okay. I'm very happy to have B.J. Young, head coach at your alma mater, South Lafourche High School. Before we talk to B.J., I want to introduce the folks at the table. Brand new athletic director, Keegan Polkley, getting ready for his basketball season, which is right around the corner. Scott, don't kill me, but I got to introduce Scott as he's the godfather over there now, man. You're the guy who's got all the tenure. Scott Sanamo, who works with the football and track and field and everything else. And the athletic director for South Lafourche High School, Ryan Barbier, is here, so we're happy to have all of those guys. BJ, co-chair for how many years now, BJ?
My fifth season.
So BJ's in his fifth season. BJ, a Hornville graduate who went on to have a really great career over at Southeastern, a good quarterback. It's hard for BJ to sit here and hear everybody talking about Nichols all the time sometimes. But they are at a much more manageable part of their schedule. They won the last two on paper, favored to win big this weekend. And maybe, if things work out the end of here, maybe a little playoff push. Yeah. Difference from the beginning of the year or just a manageable part of the schedule?
Right. Well, I think our kids are playing a better brand of football to help a little bit more manageable. You had to deal with the hurricane and moving the game to a Saturday. Bunch of two-way players. So the heat kind of played a toll early on. Right now it's kind of cooling off. So them guys are kind of catching their stride and playing good football.
I don't, we sit up here and sometimes we sort of, as people who are on the outside looking in, talk about what happened with the hurricane, and I always liken it to the three schools. You guys, Ellender and South Terrebonne, probably got hit the hardest. Right. Maybe you could throw Central in there a little bit. From that perspective, not only from Ida, but the last hurricane too, have you moved on? Is it getting there? Is it totally there?
Right, yeah, we pretty much 100% back up and running. Looking to get some things done in the weight room, some renovation things to kind of spruce it up, decorate it a little bit. The guys like all that stuff, so trying to bring a little excitement on that end. But, yeah, everybody's back up and running. Everybody's in all their buildings.
Very good, very good.
So, Coach, I have a question for you. Why this day and age, it just seems like it's almost like arena football or a video game. Who in the hell plays defense? No, I'm just because, like I observe it, I'll see some scores, and I'm like, whoa, it's like a shootout. Yeah. We scored enough points. But can we please, sometimes, can you stop somebody? Every now and then, don't you think that's a challenge? It seems like it's been there today.
Yeah, I think teams are doing a good job of mixing up looks and giving you different deals every week. And in high school, man, a lot of it's too is some Jimmy's and Joe's things. You got a kid like, a Jalen Coleman at Vanderbilt. If he gets out, we can't get him. So I think Coach does a good job creating some different ways to try to take away what they like to do, but. Yeah, when you look up at the end of it, sometimes it's some high numbers.
Do you find that on the high school level, coaches are putting their better athletes on the offensive side of the ball as compared to one day when it was on the defensive side of the ball?
It's possible. I think it's possible. They're trying to get it in the hands as much as you can. You're trying to let him touch it, and if they're really their guy because they'll play defense as well. They'll be out there at DB. Last week the Morgan City quarterback's a pretty good player. He's playing at Mike linebacker. So that's how if they really trust him.
Because most of the camps we do, when you ask the young man, "Do you play defense?" "Oh, no, sir." I'm a receiver. I don't play defense.
And listen, Bobby, it's like you said at one time, and when you were in school, when we were all in school, you had the oil industry that had 2 or 3 guys that were studs.
So you had them
from somewhere else.
Yeah, from somewhere else, and you had the wasn't Hurricane Ravis. So listen, we're hoping it ends really well for you. Again, on paper, it looks like it's really good, and maybe just maybe a little playoff push.
Yeah, maybe so. Need a little luck. Yeah.
Anyway, we are going to be back with more sports on the Bayou. Good luck to South Lafourche this weekend.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools, our name says it all.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish powder you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors: Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. He's back, Chuck Bork. What's up, Chuck segment? Chuck, great to see you again.
Good to see you guys. I want to talk a little bit about the Saints first. As everybody says and has been watching, the last few weeks haven't been that great. Hopefully we get a rebound this weekend. I heard you talking about it a little bit earlier, but the Panthers, we might have a little dysfunction, but they seem to have a lot of dysfunction from the top to the bottom. And I heard you commented earlier today, but also on another show, like, what's going on there? And is that something that's fixable? Can somebody go in and tell it?
The Panthers? No, nobody telling. Guys, worth $20 billion.
That's Tepper. The owner.
Yeah,
they got a crazy owner. You know, Ms. Gill don't get involved? Well, he's always involved.
No, I can tell you an incident.
He's the one that threw a drink on the fan. You know, what are you doing? You own the team. Don't even worry about what that fan's telling you.
2 hours before a game, there was a sportscaster on the field demanded they get off the field onto the sidelines or you would have them arrested.
No, he's crazy. He's rich and crazy.
He's rich and crazy. Nobody telling David Tepper anything.
So the Panthers are dysfunctional. At least Ms. Gale wants everybody to get along. There's a fine balance. You wish Ms. Gale would be more involved. Ms. Gale says, like, she hopes everybody wins, so you shouldn't have to fire nobody. But
Tepper's hiring you to fire you.
Yeah, but Mickey Loomis ain't going nowhere. He has too much power on Mr. Benson's deathbed. That's why when you look at Dennis Lauscher, you look at Mickey Loomis, even Greg Benson's the most powerful PR guy in the whole NFL. They were loyal to me. I want you to be loyal to them. I'm going to tell you with Mickey Loomis, now one day he's younger than me. I think he's like 61 or somewhere around there. One day he might say, well, I'm going to pass the torch, but he could still stick around and be a consultant and get paid. But he ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving. Now, the coach might be gone. Dennis Allen might be gone. But everybody wants to run off Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis ain't going nowhere. People don't realize the power he has. Now, whether you want to accept that or not, I'm just saying
that's the truth. But as far as Tepper, no one's going to tell him what to do. And it's going to be dysfunctional.
But you know what?
To the day he passes away, because he's not going to sell it.
The NFL interviews, I would think, pretty extensively the owners, right? I mean, I know the money is attractive, right?
He was a part owner of the Steelers, so he was brought into the family. But he never said anything.
Yeah.
Now I'm in charge. But, Rich, he made his money quick in life.
Yeah.
He thinks sports is the exact same thing. It's not.
I can fix the NFL. I can bring a champion. No, you know what you have to do if you're a rich owner and you involved and you want what's best for the community and what's for the team, the region. You got to hire the right people and let them do their job. And just don't do like Jerry Jones and do a damn freaking radio show every week. That doesn't help the team. Jerry Jones has been humbled. Do you notice how much Jerry Jones has aged as of late? Because he knows that window's closing.
He's 80.
Jerry Jones. He's 80-something years old.
No, but instead of, you age 1 year, he's aging right now 5 years. I mean, within 2 or 3 years, Jerry Jones might be dead. I'm telling you, he's so stressed out right now because the cowgirls suck.
But Tepper's taking it to another level of, like you said, he even wants to get down and dirty, or down to the extent of controlling who's going to be on the field.
Yep.
If he's got a vengeance against a reporter, that's something you've never seen from Jerry Jones.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Only good news is that level of dysfunction is coming into the Dome, or the Saints are going to face that level of dysfunction.
The only good thing, he's in a division and you play him twice a year, so you ain't got to worry about the Panthers being a contender.
Yeah, no, and then the Buccaneers got injuries, but look at Atlanta.
Atlanta's playing well.
Kirk Cousins, I told y'all.
He's a winner.
Thank you, Chuck. We'll be back with more sports on the Bayou.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, and St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
We're back here on Sports on the Bayou. Martin, stay to play, brother.
All right, we are ready. Megan Chance is up here from Terrebonne Parish. She's in the marketing department. And they do a great job. That's their marketing table over there. They work for Robbie Lee and the parish president. So are you ready to pull the winner? The winner gets a C note. We're doing one pull today. Winner gets a C note.
C note right here, C note.
If you from Terrebonne Parish and you win, you got to give $40 back according to law. Any government agency.
We give it to
So y'all sort of got screwed on that deal. All right, here we go.
If we win, we'll give it to Nichols basketball to Lester. Lester can give it to Nichols basketball.
The Nichols basketball. And you can give it to anybody you want. All right, ready? Let's see who it is. See who Megan picked. 027282.
Oh, I was so close.
You was close. That was mine.
Oh, yeah.
That was close.
Oh, 8 instead of 2.
Oh, it's Dwayne.
I'm sorry.
It's Dwayne.
Dwayne Kane, he's in the control room. You have to be present to win.
Watch him run in here.
Tell Dwayne I'll take care of it. But let's do it again.
That's a conflict of interest.
Tell Dwayne I'm going to take care of it. I want the people.
You got to be in house. You got to be in this great room here.
Right. Dwayne's not people.
Tell Dwayne he's making it easy 100. 027-340.
Oh.
Yay! Come on up.
The people.
Come on.
Come on down.
What are you going to do with all that money? You want to take Rich? You want to
spend it on candy.
You want to take Rich on a date?
You're gonna need more than $100. I'm a big eater. I'm Italian. I'm a big eater.
Megan, thank you. Give me a high five. Megan is so quiet. Look, she's so quiet. You did a great job. You pulled the winner. She is a happy lady. And Dwayne's happy. And thank you, Megan. You cost me $200. All right, there we go.
All righty.
We'll be back with the game. Coming up, a look at next week's game. When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with another version of Sports on the Bayou.
Or maybe not.
Roll away.
Or maybe not.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.